to the Schomburg. Welcome to this historic exhibit that all of you are going to get a chance to see again and again and again. And today we're here not only for this historic exhibit, but we're also here to pay tribute to the family of the gentleman that inspired this exhibit, Mr. Kwame Gervin. And right now I'm just going to introduce you. Yeah, please. And I want you to join me and stand as I introduce the family members to you. We have Mr. Ralph Gervin, Sr. He's the brother of Kwame Gervin. We have Mrs. Norma Gervin, sister-in-law of Kwame Gervin. And we have Ralph Gervin, Jr. And we thank them so much for being here with us this morning and so much for loaning Kwame to us, you know, for those many years. And we're going to hear a little more about that later. But right now, I want to get started. And I want to introduce to you the director of the Schomburg, Mr. Howard Dutton.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The occasion, of course, is twofold. One, the continuing presentation to those who don't know of the exhibition that recently opened, Harlem Visions, featuring the new Harlem Renaissance photographers. And the second is to honor a recently deceased member of the photography consortium of Harlem, who we quite frankly would like to have had in the show and had here with us. But Bill will say more about that later. Let me just say that there are within every African-American community, unheralded, if not unknown, cultural workers, people who, out of their sense of passion and responsibility for making sure that black people are seen in a proper light and that our history and heritage is documented, go about doing that day to day, frequently with little support and compensation, but with a sense of purpose and duty that really ultimately results in extraordinary bodies of work.
So the next speaker you're going to hear from is our Senator, Bill Perkins, who funded this exhibit.
Hey.
And who felt so passionately about this, wanting to see not just Kwame, but all the street photographers, as we call them, who are documenting black life every day, recognizing them in this way at this wonderful institution. Senator Bill Perkins.
Thank you very much. I want to first express my deep appreciation to the family for the opportunity to be with you today, and even more so for Kwame and what he has represented to the history of this community and to the photographic legacy, the stories of this community that he and his colleagues have provided in terms of not only our daily life, but even more importantly, our daily struggles historically. And as Cordell pointed out, you know, there's nothing that we could see more appropriate than to come to the Schomburg.
Yes.
This very, very historic institution that has collected volumes of information, facts, figures, stories about our history, about our legacy, not only in Harlem, but throughout the diaspora. And then, in that regard, please give another round of applause to Dr. Howard Dotson. We're leaving a standing ovation, if you don't mind, because, you know, understand, you know, Howard is on his last lap at the Schomburg, so to speak. He's moving on to very baton and take the institution to the next level. So we're happy that he's going, and we're even happier that he's leaving behind an institution in good hands and with an exciting future for us to continue to support and to continue to be a part of. This historic exhibit began for me last year, 2009, actually, in September, when Kwame passed away, and I was informed about his service that was going to be taking place at Perkins in Harlem. Unity, I'm sorry. But right there on 26th Street, during the course of his service, it occurred to me that here was an extraordinary individual who was documenting important information, and he was one of many such extraordinary individuals that were telling our story and were unknown in that thing. They occasionally got some attention in various periodicals and newspapers, but the fact of the matter is that without them, much of what we know or what will be known later will not be told and not be captured. So we wanted to sort of take a moment somehow or other to recognize them and recognize the work that they were doing, and that resulted in the exhibit that the Schomburg has put forward for us. We want to thank them for their curatorial expertise. It's a beautiful exhibit. It's worthy of them, and it's worthy of Brother Gervin for the work that they've done. This is the best place for this type of exhibit to happen. And for the record, I want to read from the flyer that announces it. It's Harlem Views, Diasporan Visions, the new Harlem Renaissance Photographers. Harlem Views, Diasporan Visions, the new Harlem Renaissance Photographers is the inaugural exhibition by the 25 members of the new Harlem Renaissance Photographers. Views of Harlem, including recent West African immigrant community and glimpses of the African diaspora in and out of Harlem as seen through daily life, festivals and celebrations, the performing arts, and cultural, social, and political activism. The new Harlem Renaissance Photographers are dedicated to promoting African-American photographic art and a better understanding of photographers' concerns. The exhibition is curated by Deborah Willis and Mary Yearwood. Harlem Views, Diasporan Visions is made possible. So inspired by this, that we have a few other ideas that we're going to try to bring into fruition. One of which is a mentoring program, a photographer's mentoring program. You know, there are young photographers that are in our community who are excited as our photographers in this exhibit are. And we think that there's an opportunity for us to capture that excitement and provide them with the kind of mentoring, the kind of training that will provide us with the next generation that has the vision that you've had. And of course, we will obviously be looking forward to the Harlem Renaissance Photographers in terms of participating in that mentoring program. But that's one of the initiatives, again, that is inspiring us to move, as we move forward, to set up this type of mentoring program for young photographers such that that kind of legacy can continue. We can't let these old heads be the last to tell our story. And we know that they will click to the end.
That's right.
But then there has to be another generation. Right. And so they have started a movement that does not begin or end with them. They will be part of the passing of the baton to a new generation of photographers, and our office is going to be spearheading that avenue. But we need the kind of photographers that are on the ground, that are recognizing the daily struggles of our community, and may not necessarily get wealthy from it in terms of dollars, but nevertheless will be creating a wealth of information and a wealth of inspiration. And so we want to see how we can continue that kind of a movement. I'm going to read this, okay? Okay, so I'm going to read this. Honoring Eugene Kwame Gervin.
Back up.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Cheers right here. Cheers.
Cheers in the back. Cheers in the back.
Put your back. Put your back.
Some people stand on chairs. Oh, well, you take care of the photography. So, thanks to you, Kwame lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks to you, Kwame lives.
Ha ha.
So, Bristol and Howard.
All right. Cocktail.
We have two. One right here.
Part segment of this is that we want to, of course, thank the 23 photographers whose exhibit is here today. We thank you. Thank you. You know, sometimes we see these photographers, I know I've seen them all my life in Harlem. And, you know, often we take people we see all the time for granted, but this project has shown me what we always knew too, that they're so valuable. They are literally documenting our past for the future. And these are the photographs that people will be looking at in the years to come. And we're grateful because we're telling our story. So we thank you for telling our story, and we look forward to you continuing to do that. We would like all of you to join us, all the photographers. Please come join the family. Hakeem, are you going to do this? Senator Perkins. All the photographers.
Okay.
Oh, this is a classic. This is the beginning of a new generation. That's right.
It's on stretch, so whoever got the wide got it.
Can we get it? Anybody just get it?
Juanita over here.
Okay. Can you get everybody? Might have to go back there. One is good. Stop to make sure you get everybody in. Okay. One side. Oh, it's really one side.
Okay, we have another presentation, and there's going to be an opportunity for more shots. Listen up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Stevie, you want to use doubles? Hit them also. That's wider, you close.
Let's see, got it. Okay.
Down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Okay.
3, got it? 2, 1.